Hi everyone, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cool Evolet bracelet, and this was designed by Loom Mint on Instagram. And you might be able to tell by my voice already, I am a little bit sick. I had a cold for a couple days and I'm getting a little bit better from it, so sorry that my voice sounds weird for this tutorial and probably upcoming tutorials today as well. But I really wanted to get to film some, so I am doing it now. So this is what the bracelet looks like. I did mess up in a couple of steps, but they're really difficult to see. So I'm going to bring up Loom Mint's profile here on Instagram real quick. So there's no spaces or special, I guess, underscores or anything in her name. It's just Loom Mint. And I will make sure to have her name in the description box below as well. This is a quick overview of her profile. She has created a bunch of original designs before, but this is the first tutorial I have done for her. So her edits are really nice, and so are her color combinations. And as you can see, she has a really great account. And she posted this design 2 weeks ago, and so this is kind of the color combination you can use. Today I am only using 2 colors, just like I did in this bracelet here. But you can use as many as you like. So I will again make sure to have her name in the description box below. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So to make this bracelet, I would recommend that you have a double-ended hook, but you can still do this without a double-ended hook. You can use a regular rainbow loom hook or a crochet hook or whatever you have. And you're also going to need a C-clip to secure your bracelet, and you're going to need some bands. So let's go ahead and get started. For the border here, which is octopus, I'm going to be using opaque yellow, and then for the mother of pearl up the center, which is all one color for me, you can use as many colors as you like, I am using dark green. So take your hook, and first thing we're going to do is take a yellow band, and you're going to cap it on your hook, just like so. Take a yellow band and pull that cap in through it, but before you close, you're going to lift this loop that's farthest from your hook. Make sure to hold those together because if you let them go, they can unravel and kind of fly off. So you're going to take another yellow band, and you're going to pull it through just those first 2 loops, and then lift that outside yellow and reattach. And then what you want to do is flip this around. I'm just going to take it off of my hook here, but you can turn it down to the other end if you like. Next, what you're going to do is actually take this first loop off of the hook so that you can pick up this cap band loop here, put it on your hook, and then close. Again, you might want to hold those bands in order. It's important that you do have them in order when you do this band. So you take another yellow band, and you're going to pull through just those first 2 loops, and make sure to lift that farthest yellow back onto your hook. So once you have that, this is the base of your design. You're going to take your dark green, pull this first band through the first 4 loops, just like so. You're going to lift the closest loop back on your hook, as well as the 2 farthest loops. So you're just going to keep that third one on the green band. You're going to reattach, and you want to pull these 2 yellow bands, oops, if I can get it, outside of the green. So you're just going to take these 2 and pull them to the outside. It can get a little bit difficult, but hopefully it shouldn't be too hard. So then what you're going to want to do is make sure that this yellow band stays in between the green. What you're going to do is take this green, you're going to kind of pull this end a little bit, and you're going to fold it over top of that yellow one. It helps if you hold the yellow band just like this. You want to make sure that you do that. Then you're going to take your yellow band, you're going to pull through the first 4 loops, make sure that it is those first 2 yellow and then these 2 green. Oops. Going to pull through the first 4 loops, and then before you close, you're just going to lift this outermost band and reattach. So now what you're going to do is switch to the other end of your hook. So go ahead and slide this down or turn it around. Going to take another green band, you're going to pull it through the first 4 loops again. You should always have 6 loops on your hook once you're finished with your green band. And then before you close, you're going to again pick up the closest band to your hook in the 2 farthest, then reattach, and then rearrange just those 2 yellows. And then what you can do is take this end of the green and fold it over the yellow. I like to hold on to the yellow to make sure that it gets out of the way. And then what you're going to do is take another yellow and pull it through the first 4 loops, 2 yellow, 2 green, and lift this farthest one on your hook and reattach. Now after every green band, you're going to make sure that you switch around to the other end because you're going to be working on the opposite side. So these two greens over here are on this side, so I want to be working on the opposite side, pretty much. So just make sure to flip it around. Now we're going to start the sequence. This was just to start the bracelet. You're going to take a green, and you're going to pull it through the first 4 loops, just like we've been doing. And then you're again going to pick up the closest loop in those 2 farther ones, and reattach, and then rearrange. And make sure that those yellow bands stay in order, but then they do go over the green. And then before we go ahead and cross this green band, what we're going to do is take these 2 yellow loops off of our hook, and we're actually going to pick up these 2 green ones from the previous loop, and then we can reattach those yellows. Now you're going to take a yellow. You're going to want to pull it through 6 loops, so those first 2 yellows, these first 2 green, and then make sure that you flip this green over the yellow here before you pull those the next 2 green on, sorry. And then before you close again, you're just going to lift that very outside yellow. So again, you have 6 loops, and go ahead and slide this down to the other end, and repeat this process. So, taking your green, pull it through the first 4 loops, lift the one closest to your hook in the 2 farthest from your hook, reattach that green, and then rearrange those 2 yellows. Remember, from now on we're going to be taking these 2 yellows off so that we can pick up these 2 dark greens and then reattach them, just like this. It's going to look a little bit weird while it's on your hook here, but as soon as you pull a band through, it'll be fine. Make sure to cross that dark green over the yellow, take a yellow, and pull through the first 6 loops. This loop here might be a little bit looser because of this green band is being crossed over, but just make sure not to grab it back on your hook. Just that yellow, reattach. And as you can see, this bracelet is still really small. It is a very time-consuming bracelet, especially if you use sticky bands. It took me a couple days actually to get this one because the octopus bands were just so sticky. But with opaques, it should be fairly easy. So then make sure to switch it to the other side. Take your green, pull through the first 4, lift the one closest to your hook in the 2 farthest, reattach, and rearrange. Take these 2 yellows off and lift up just that previous green. You don't want to lift up all of them, just the previous one. And then reattach. You can take your yellow. Sometimes what I like to do is pull it through the first 5 loops because the first 5 are all normal, and then just take this green loop, fold it over onto the hook. But it's up to you whichever way you want to do it. It still gives you the same result. You're going to pull that yellow, the farthest one, back up and onto your hook. Switch this around. Again, taking another green, pull through the first 4, lift this one closest to your hook in the 2 farthest, reattach and rearrange. Take these 2 yellows off and lift the previous 2 greens. Make sure that you do get both of those loops. That's where I had messed up previously. I had only ended up grabbing 1 loop, so it kind of got messed up, but again, it's not very visible, so that's okay. You're going to take a yellow, and you're going to pull it through the first 6 loops. Make sure that there are 4 of those dark green and only 2 of the yellows on the outside. Lift that farthest yellow back onto your hook, and switch sides. Again, grabbing a green through the first 4, lift these 3 bands, rearrange, and pick up those 2 greens. Taking your yellow, pull through the first 5 or 6, and then loop over that 6, and then pick up the yellow. So this is what your bracelet should start to look like. I'm going to go ahead and continue doing these steps, or a couple more of these steps quietly, like without instructions, so you can follow along. I'm obviously not going to make a full-length bracelet for the sake of the tutorial, but I will finish this off camera kind of afterwards, after I finish the tutorial. So I'm just going to show you how to finish it off after I do a couple more of these steps. You can go ahead and follow along, or just skip to that point if you have already gotten it, and pause the video, obviously, when I go to that point. So I'm going to go ahead and do the couple more of these, and then I will show you how to finish it off. If your bands do become untwisted like this one, you can make sure to rearrange them before you do your next step. Okay, so after you have finished making this the length of your wrist, go ahead and pause the video here, because I'm going to show you how to finish this off. So to finish this off, what all you're going to do, I mean, not all, but it's kind of simple. So you're going to want to make sure that you end opposite where you started. So if you started on this side, your last one wants to be here. You want it to be here. But anyway, what you're going to do is just take these two yellow off of the hook and pick up these two green. Make sure that you hold onto them because they will want to slip back over. But what you're going to do is take a white and you're going to pull it, or not, sorry, a yellow, and pull it through the first 4 loops. And what you're going to do is just lift that outside yellow and reattach. So now you should have 7 loops on your hook. And you're going to slide this down to the other end and pick up these other 2 loops, just these other 2 green loops, and reattach those yellow again. Now you're going to grab another yellow and pull through the first 4 loops, lift that farthest yellow back onto your hook. Then what you want to do is just simply grab a yellow, and pull all of those bands onto 1 or 2, depending on how many you like to tie off with. And you'll just attach your C-clip to here, and then obviously your bracelet will be full length, but you will attach it to your cap band down here. Just like this one, except I haven't connected them, but they would connect. And that is your bracelet. So it's a very, very neat bracelet. Definitely works best in opaques, but looks really pretty in all types of bands. So anyway, that's going to do it for this tutorial. So thank you for watching, and make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I will have Lumen's name in the description box below, so make sure to check her out and give her a follow on Instagram for me. And that's all I'm going to have for this video, so I hope to see you next time.